Hello YouTube and welcome to Review of Humans episode 7. My name's Zeech and we had a very emotional episode here. A lot of things kind of happened. We're going to start off with the death of George. He was shot by Karen uh, accidentally, but he was shot by Karen during Niska's and Karen's argument or fight. And you can see Niska, who has been around George for a couple episodes now, and kind of, I guess, started to like. It was probably her first human that she started to like. Um, and you see that she feels bad that she actually can't help because she doesn't have the right materials around to help him. And he kind of says something to her that kind of like it's not your fault type thing. It's like you don't necessarily have the power to stop this, and it's okay. And then she leaves, and we have Odie. He comes down to see George, and it was almost like Odie knew what was happening, so he knew the perfect story to tell to George in his final moments, saying that his wife was in the next room making breakfast for them and stuff like that, and gave him this nice story to remember before he passed away. And it was really touching and sad scene, especially the part when he basically he's telling George that he died, which is pretty sad. Um, then we have Leo and Fred. They meet up and they basically track down Max. They find him where he washed up at, and they take him back to the house to try to repair him. And that's a moment too when everyone's working together to try to save Max, the Hawkins family, and all the Sims. So that was a kind of a unique moment because that was the first time you've seen basically you see humans and not the first time, but you see humans and Sims working together for a common goal. In that case, it was to save Max. And we have a few scenes with Laura and Mia, and she seems to be, honestly, it seems she's more on the side of Joe, trying to get Laura to confess everything to Joe, and let Laura kind of try to explain to Laura that Joe loves her, regardless of what's going on. But Laura's having a hard time telling anyone. She told Maddie, and I figured that would maybe help her tell someone else about Tom. But it seems like she still has a hard time opening up about that part of her past with anyone. And it seemed like she only opened up to Maddie about it because she felt like she was losing Maddie. So hopefully for Laura and for Joe that she can at least tell him that, and they can see if they can move on past the Mia incident or not. Also, we have Niska and Mia, where basically Niska lies to Mia about Karen, about what she wants. She says some of it, but she kind of says that was it when it wasn't. Which I thought was interesting that she get into more detail about it. Maybe she just knows how Mia would feel about that. Maybe, I don't know, or I don't know her reasoning for it, but I thought that was interesting. And also another is Mia with Joe, and she mentions that she was aware the whole time. So that is really making me think that she planned it for the reason I was saying in a previous episode about that was how she was escaping Anita to get into the sensory, uh, the part of the sensory data. Uh, so, but so Mia had a lot of moments with different people, and Niska had Niska is like the comic relief, but very it's like because she's so mean and angry, comic relief. So like when they hear a car, everybody hears a car, and Niska first thing she does is get up and grab a vase as a weapon, and and everybody's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Which I thought was a pretty funny moment. And Mia has a joke, which she does very dry. It's a very dry humor with talking about their master plan to take over the world, and that. Then we have at the end where Karen invades the home and talks to Leo, and Leo kind of is like confused, and that actually poses a question to me. I'm like, how old is Leo actually? Because we know Mia is 14, but she was built before he died as a kid. And I have to check back if they say it, but I don't know if they mentioned how old he was when he died. So he could be probably the same age as Maddie, just in a body that's older. Um, and that's what I'm thinking is something like that. He's like around her age, so he's like a teenager, but he looks like he's older, just because that was the body that was built for him. I'm guessing that's how that worked. I don't know exactly how that worked. So, but that's the sense I'm getting from it. Also, uh, Karen basically, well, Fred seems like he might have been hacked, and he unknowing to him is being a beacon to Hob. Um, so, and that's kind of how we end. We see Hob and his military force come in, his police force come in and subdue everyone, and that's how the episode ends. So, uh, what are your thoughts on the season finale? What do you think is going to happen? Me personally, I think Hob is going to try to use the information in their minds to create something. He may test it trying to bring back Max or something like that. But I think that's going to be kind of his premise, and then Karen is either going to realize that he doesn't want the same thing she wants, and um, she may try to he may have to restrain her some type of way. But guys, hope you're enjoying the episodes, just like I am. And again, leave comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen in the finale, and I will see you in the future. Peace.